Good morning, everyone. I just had like the craziest dream, and it felt like a message that I had to relay. Like it felt more like a message than just a dream. Um, I just woke up. I slept in a little bit. I slept in the last couple days, which is so weird. Like I don't understand people. Another thing is, I don't understand people who get up at 8 o'clock. Like how do you live? Like, how do you have time for yourself if you get up at 8 o'clock? I just don't get it. Like, how? Unless you work a night job, like, unless you work as a waiter or, like, if you work as, like, like, some kind of nurse or something. But, like, if you work a regular job, like, more 9 to 5, like, how do you be getting up at 8? Like, how do you be getting up at, like, 7:30? It's, like, not enough time. So, I just want to, like, say this really quick. I had this dream. And okay, let me prompt by saying this. So, I think the dream was prompted because I was on TikTok yesterday, and this is so funny with the TikTok trial because I literally do not understand TikTok. Like, I don't get it. I don't know how it fucking works. I just take my Instagram reels and I post them to TikTok. And sometimes my Instagram reels do better than my TikToks. It's sometimes my TikToks do better than my reels, and it's the same video. So I don't know how it works. I don't know how to DM people. Like, it's so funny. But I have like 30,000 followers on TikTok, and I just thought that was really cool. So, okay. So there's this girl. I started to kind of like figure out how to follow people though. And there's this chick, and she has like this thick English accent, and she's like talks like this, like she's from Harry Potter, like she's very English, and her English accent is like super English accent. And she's like a psychic or like some kind of spiritual advisor. And I watched this video, and I was like dreaming about what she said. Okay, so in the video, she said she had like a vision of basically I'm on the beach, right? Like this is how I felt. Like I felt like the message was for me. So like I'm on the beach, and like I'm watching as you. She said, I know exactly who you're talking about. She's literally like from Harry Potter, bro. She said, I'm on the beach and I'm watching as you are drowning, but there's like about 50 feet from you, there's a life raft, and another 50 feet from you, there's a boat. But me, Ginger, is standing on the beach watching this happen, watching you kind of tread water. Your boat went down, so there's a little raft, and there's like a life vest, but it's like 50 feet away from you, right? And like I was actually having the dream of this. I dreamed of this. And so this little English lady, she's like, and you're sitting on the beach and you're watching, and the person's just sitting and she's just floating there, and they're not going for the raft, they're not going for the life vest, and you're watching them, and you're sitting thinking, eventually you're gonna drown. And I don't know her name, but again, she's on TikTok, and I had to dream about this, and this is how I feel about. It felt like the message was for me, and I want to come on here and like I want to try to find her name so I can give her credit because she was the one who came up with the story. But I swear to God, I dreamed about this. I was standing on the beach, and it wasn't one person. I was one. This is my dream that I just had. I was standing on a beach by myself, which is weird that I'd be by myself, and I watched this whole ship crash and go down. And it wasn't far off the beach. Like it was too far for me to do anything, but it wasn't so far off the beach that like no one would survive. It was like close to the shore. So I'm watching this whole boat go down, and there's all these people in the water. There's like hundreds of people in the water, but there's all these life vests, and there's all of these like rafts in my dream, and all the people are screaming at me. In my dream, they weren't just looking at me like she talked about. Everyone was screaming at me. But at the end of the day, like she said in the video, she's like, but ultimately, they have to be the one to go and swim to the raft or swim to the life vest. Or what's going to happen, babe, is they're going to drown. Metaphorically, spiritually, or physically, they're going to drown. And the dream felt like for me, because I really try to I try to help everyone. Like, I have been trying to help everyone. Like, and this week has been a really, really powerful week for me. And if you didn't see my live last night, my book tour is starting in July. I got pretty much confirmation from my publisher that July is the start of my book tour. So this next Hellbent on Healing is coming out. It's going to be like a 3 to 6 month book tour. And this next round of Detox by Declue is my last round for the year, because I'm going to be on this book tour and I'm not going to be able to do the detox and also do the book tour. And I think I had the dream because it's kind of like, this is the last chance for like you to get on the fucking raft with me, or like put on your raft, put on your life jacket. And the screaming, I felt like, was the resistance that so many of you have to doing the work and changing. But ultimately, like, I can only be your raft and I can only, be your life vest. But you have to be willing to swim to it and like put it on and get on the raft and like row to shore. And the dream was actually kind of intense because everyone in the water was screaming, like scary screaming, like, like, you need to help me, you need to fix me, like, you need to save me, you need to save me, you need to save me. And I'm just sitting on the beach thinking, like, I was in the water once too. Like, I was on welfare and I was on food stamps and all these things, and like no one came and saved me. And it's like, the reality is, like, most people, and like, sadly, are gonna drown because like you're too much of a victim, like, and it's sad. Like, it broke my heart because I realize I've always offered payment plans, and that's like the saddest thing, is like the fact that like I can't help everyone, because if you can't even, like, for instance, I literally have made hundreds of videos of my program and y'all can't even watch it. Like, you're too busy to watch a 10 or 20 or even 1 hour video. Like, even if it was 1 hour, like, if you drown in the water, that's not my fault anymore. And I really felt as though I took on the responsibility that, like, I need to fix everyone, because I came out of poverty. I almost want to cry because I came out of it. And I do my work in a way that is so accessible that, like, no one does this. Like, you guys don't really get it. Like, you don't understand what it takes to do this detox and to, like, get people through this and, like, have the results I have. And the way that I offer it, like, you just don't understand how much pressure it is and how much I put into it. Like, because you're not even looking. You're literally like 20 feet away from a life vest and you just don't even want to swim over to it. And that's the facts. Like, you don't even want to take the 20 minutes or half hour or 1 hour to watch a YouTube video that I did or a webinar that I did. And then you sit and cry and say, "Oh, I can't do anything. I'm a victim. I'm drowning in the water." And the dream was like, I was prompted in the dream. So all these people are drowning in the water, but they don't have to be, because they're literally like 50 feet from a freaking life vest and from a freaking raft. And in the dream, I don't know who came, but someone just came and grabbed me by the back, like a gentle feeling, like almost like my mother, and just turned me away from the beach and walked me off the beach. And just was like didn't say the words, but it's like, basically, you can't help everyone. And some people are going to drown themselves. Not obviously physically drown, but like, it's basically on them. Like, you do this to yourself. You have all the resources right there. You just don't even want to try. You just want to immediately say, "You can't, I can't, I'm this, I'm that, I'm broke, I'm this." And it's like, it's heartbreaking for me, and it's like times are changing for me, and I have to prioritize working with people who actually want to take the time and actually want to change, because not everyone's going to make it, and that's just the way it is, and I have to let go of the responsibility, because it's just so hard when you know that if a person does what you like. It's so hard, for instance, to watch a person, like someone DM me and say, I've had fibroids for 7 years, right? And I'm like, I've helped so many people with fibroids, and they're like, oh, I don't have time to watch your video. And it's like, okay, and like, not only that, like, they'll tell me about all the suffering. It's not just like, oh, I have this. It's like, I get so many messages daily about suffering. Like, my Instagram DMs aren't full of dick pics. They're full of, I'm in pain, my life is this, I have this problem, I'm in kidney failure, I have this horrible HPV, I'm dealing with potentially cancer. Like, my DMs are full of pain, and I have to, like, I take a little bit of that on every time, you know? Like, it just feels like most people dump that stuff there, and then 99% just are like, when I offer the, like, life vest or the raft, they're like, oh no, like, I'm cool with my suffering, actually. Sorry to, like, and there's no apology, there's no, like, remorse, there's no nothing, like, there's no care that, like, you just dumped all this on me, and then you're like, oh, I can't, like, hey, do you have time to, like, watch this little training about, like, what I do? No, I don't. I just wanted to come in here and basically bitch at you about my horrible disease that I've dealt with for 5 and 10 years. But I really don't actually want to do anything. I just want to continue to drown in my own bullshit. And so, if you watch my last night's live, and if it's on YouTube as well, like I said, this is probably going to be my last round, of the detox, like, for the year. And when I come back, like, and you guys know, like, I talk about this all the time, you guys know I spend tens of thousands of dollars a year on mentorship. I don't play games. Like, you don't get good and then hire the mentor. Like, you hire the mentor and then you get good. Like, you don't somehow, it doesn't work the other way around. Like, you have to make the sacrifice, and, like, every mentorship I've ever bought into, I'm like, oh God, like, you know, but I need this, like, I need this education. And, like, I've been in this mentorship since December, and, like, my mentors, plus I'm writing the book, they're like, Ginger, literally, like, look what you do for people. Like, it's not like you don't have any proof of this. Like, you have them working with RNs, you have them, you know, transforming their lives. And, you know, I don't know what this person is saying. Like, you are making yourself too accessible, and you're lowering your worth. And, like, that was a conversation I had this week with my mentor of, like, you're literally lowering your value because you're trying to meet people who don't, like, if I'm using the metaphor of the beach, you're trying to meet people who don't even want to swim to a raft that's 10 feet away from them. When you should be, like, working with people who are, like, really grateful to work with you and who have the attention span and want to actually try. And so things are going to be different. Like, the detox is probably going to be, like, literally twice as much to work with me. And it's just because I'm going to, like, if I go on this book tour, I want to be working with high caliber people, who actually, like, just, like, again, it's like, to get 4 comments just now that says she offers a payment plan, that to me right there, it's like, you literally haven't even spent 20 minutes to watch a video of mine, because you don't even know what my program is. Like, that to me is right there, the evidence that I needed to see this morning after that dream I had. That right there is everything I needed to see. You know, I'm putting all of myself here to help people who frankly don't want to help themselves. And I'm not saying everyone, but I have to change myself. Like a lot of things have to change. Like Pluto entered Aquarius, transformations have to happen. And I'm a Taurus. I hate change. I hate change, guys. I literally was like I said, I had this meeting with my mentor and I was like, I'm stubborn. And I had this vision of how I was going to continue to grow this business. And it's like, I will just ram myself into a wall, like into a brick wall. And I know I'm sorry, like Asada, and that's the thing. Like I'm offering it right now. Like as a farewell, like I said, I'm doing kind of like a $150 a month for 24 months. Like I'm offering my lowest payment plan for those people who are just like, I really want to do this. But ultimately, like so many people take advantage of the payment plan, and don't appreciate it, don't show up to calls. And it's time to have less students who are more dedicated. So things are going to be changing. I'm sure you remember Asada, and if you've watched this whole live, it's just, I had this like really profound week with a lot of transformation and some very I'm a detox mentor, but I have my own mentors. I've been in a really good mentorship since December, and it's finally clicking what they're telling me that I need to do. And especially now with the book tour happening in the summer, it's like new, like walking into my higher self. It's scary. It's really scary to change, but having that dream of just like all of you guys are basically like drowning in the like you're drowning 200 feet from the shore with a life jacket and a freaking rafts all around you. And so it's like you're doing it to yourself. And I'm not saying everyone here. Some of you guys are awesome and you do my program, or some of you guys just do my free stuff. I get those kind of messages too, like, oh my God, Ginger, I did all your free trainings. I did all your stuff. I watched all your videos and I'm actually healing. So it's not like I'm saying this to everyone, but I'm saying it to those of you, and maybe you know who you are, maybe you don't. But most people here are just 10 feet from a life vest and they just don't want to put it on, and they're screaming at me like I'm supposed to be the one to come fix it. I'm like, baby, I'm on the shoreline. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to help you. You need to at least like meet me halfway. Put the vest on and swim to me. Like, we can do it together, but if you don't even want to put your vest on, it's like, it's sad. So that's what I mean, Asada. And like, I'm just sad that, I have to change things, but you can't help everyone. You can't save everyone, and not everyone deserves to be in my, circle. And we're going, like, not everyone's going to New Earth. And like, if you are getting this message, it's okay. If you don't want to come to New Earth, like, that's okay. Like, you're not better. I'm not better than you. I'm not better than anybody. You're not worse than anybody. But like, if I'm honest, where you're going, I wouldn't want to go. Where you're going, I wouldn't want to go. Okay? So I don't think I'm better. I don't think that I'm superior or high and mighty. But again, I would not want to go where you're going. If you are the kind of person who's just, like I said, has the audacity to sit in my DMs, comment on my posts, but never watch a full webinar, never watch an info session, just not, like, literally think I'm going to learn everything from a 90-second reel or a 30-second reel, and then be mad that you're, like, still suffering and you're still busted up. And it's like, you couldn't even take 20 minutes. Like, what are you doing with your day? Where you're going, I don't want to go. And it's okay if you're not ready to come here with me. So I love you guys so much. And like I said, if you are interested in getting in on the last detox, that it's going to be done this way, like, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Like, I'm not sure what podcast I'm going to be going on. Like, can y'all imagine if I go on with Joe Rogan? things are just going to be different. And I'm scared. I'm scared. But it's the new level for me, and I have to step into my higher self and protect my energy and stop reaching down and start reaching up. I can't save everybody, and neither can you. And I think this message is for all of us too. Like, for those of you who have family members, like, you have an aunt who's got diabetes and she's still out here eating chips, and you're trying to tell her to drink juice. Like, stop. She's not going where you're going. I know you love her. And that's the thing when you're an empath, is like, you feel people's pain. But some people love their pain. Some people are addicted to their pain. Some people love being sick, and they don't even realize it, but they actually love it. They actually love being sick. Just so you guys know. And you need to stop. Like, I know I was talking about myself, but like, stop trying to fix these people. Stop trying to fix your mom. Stop trying to fix your dad. Stop trying to fix your friends. Stop trying to fix these people, because they're addicted to their suffering. They're addicted to their pain. And no matter how hard you try to tell them, they're not listening. And you're wasting your energy. And your energy is so precious and so short. We're only a human. We're only human. We only have time and energy for so much. And so this is not just a message for me. And like I said, the little English lady on TikTok, she's like, hello, I think this message is for you. And I was like, this message is for me. And then I go ahead and have a damn dream about it. Okay. Yeah, misery is comfort for the masses. And I don't want to say F them, because I'm sure there'll be ways that I can show up for people in like less, like, I'm English. I love that. That's English. I don't know where this part of England is, but it's like, okay, I'm Surrey. I don't know what it is, but it's like my favorite English accent, because it's so like sing-songy. Like, it sounds like, hello, Poppet. Like, I love that English accent. I love the English, by the way. Like, I'm actually low-key like obsessed with the English. Like, I'm obsessed with English movies. I'm obsessed with like old movies. I'm obsessed with like anything that's like a period drama, like Lady Elizabeth Bennet. Like, I'm obsessed with that shit, yo. Like, it is so, like, I'm so into it. Okay, like the Duchess, like, that's my vibe, because it's like the sex, you know what I mean? Like, it's so like repressed, and then when they finally get to do it, they're like, I burn for you. Like, I'm so terrible. But I'm not like, it's not like I'm going to disappear off the face of the internet. It's just that I'm going to be showing up differently. And like, to have the access people have to me is like crazy. And that's what my mentor, he's like, Ginger, like, why do you feel like you have to give so much? I'm like, because I just remember being in those scenarios. Most of us don't speak that way. Another English accent I like is this one. It's kind of like more like London. Like, hey, I'm from London, yo. Like, it's like kind of this like modern English accent. I don't know if you know that one I'm talking about. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like, I don't know. I'm just going to go pop into the shops. Like, it's like a little less like dramatic. It's like just a little more modern. You know that one, right? I like that English accent too. But like, of course, the sing-songy one is the best. Hello. Come on, like, that shit's English as hell. It's just like, I'm like over here doing these coaching calls, like doing like 6 hours of coaching calls a week, like going so deep, getting like people all like emotional, changing their lives. And like my mentor's like, Ginger, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing it like this? And then you guys, like, I'm not even going to get into like the ugly side of things. Like, yeah, again, but people don't look at they won't read, they're not going to watch the freaking video. They don't have time. They don't have 20 minutes. They'd rather just be like, oh, my fibroid's so big, and like, I'm going to spend 5 times as much as your program this year just having to go pay that copay and the freaking missing work. That's how people are. So I love you guys so much. Keep shining, and don't give your energy to everyone. That's the lesson I'm in right now. Oh, it's a scary lesson. I'm scared. I'm terrified. But some people are gonna just drown because they're literally like 4 feet away from a life vest, 10 feet away from a raft, and they're screaming at you on the shore to come save them. And it's like, you can't physically put the vest on the person. They have to want to do it for themselves. So with that, I'm going to go enjoy my day. I got a lot to plan today. And you definitely want to check out my YouTube. Go to my stories, or you can go to my YouTube. But I'm doing a really amazing sale because it's almost like a farewell, like last round of Detox by Declue, the way it's been, where you're working with me, you're working with the RN, and it's the same way that it'll be, but I don't know how it'll be going forward. And I don't know when the next time I'll be able to do it like this, because going on Hellbent on Healing's book tour. Oh my God. I'm supposed to be getting the cover art really soon, which I'm super excited about as well. So anyways, guys, you're awesome. You're shining. And this message isn't for everyone here, because some of you guys are really doing the most and trying to get your shit together. And you're like, yeah, Ginger, I know, like, you're my mentor. Like, I know I inspire a lot of you, and like, I really want to get every one of you out of fucking poverty. I want to get every one of you like out of disease. And I know I can't, but I know that those of you who really want it, you can get out of there and you can thrive. It doesn't have to be like this. You're meant to live a beautiful, abundant life. That's what God promised us. But you're going to have to get it in the fucking life vest on yourself, okay? So talk to you guys later. Have a great Saturday and drink your juice. Talk soon.